Happy New Year! Welcome to 2023 and welcome back to Reader's Retreat. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria and this is going to be my first book haul of 2023 and actually my first video in a little while. So if I seem a little bit nervous, just ignore it. Everything's going to be fine. Let's get into this. I have a pretty hefty stack of books here for you. So without further ado, grab yourself a cuppa because I have. And let's get into some books. So, it's been a little while since I filmed a video, and I'm sorry about that, but my mental health took a bit of a deep dive at the end of last year. Yeah, it also meant that I was in no fit state and no mental state to sit in front of a camera. So I took a little bit of a hiatus from my channel. Much needed. I really missed it. I really did want to film and I really did want to talk about books, and I did so well with my Goodreads goal last year. I read 153 books, but I was in no position to talk about it, so I didn't. Let me know in the comments down below if you do want to know a bit more about last year's reading, because I can do a video of that. I won't unless you ask for it, but I can, so the choice is yours. I'm going to start with the hardbacks, because there is a selection of hardbacks, there's a selection of paperbacks, and there is also one graphic novel, which should be 3, but it's not, because it's a series, and I ordered 3, but only one's arrived, and it's not the first one, because of course, why would it be? Okay, so hardbacks then. First one I'm going to show you is Hex by Jenny Fagan. I've seen this around so much on BookTube lately that I needed to get my hands on it. Not only because it sounds amazing, but because it comes with some pretty decent recommendations from a lot of booktubers that I watch and a lot of booktubers that I trust. So yeah, I'm really intrigued. It's the 4th of December 1591. On this, the last night of her life in a prison cell several floors below Edinburgh's High Street, convicted witch Galis Duncan receives a mysterious visitor, Iris, who says she comes from a future where women are still persecuted for who they are and what they believe. As the hours pass and dawn approaches, Galis recounts the circumstances of her arrest, brutal torture, confession, and trial, while Iris offers support, solace, and the tantalizing prospect of escape. Hex is a visceral depiction of what happens when a society is consumed by fear and superstition, exploring how the terrible force of a king's violent crusade against ordinary women can still be felt right up to the present day. Exciting. And it's tiny. So, yeah. Wanted to read it. And look at that cover as well. It's like, if that's not enough, then, you know. I'm going to go into another Jenny Fagan. I didn't want to just pick up Hex from Jenny Fagan because I read some reviews of all of her work on Goodreads before I picked up Hex, just to make sure that it would be my thing. And I also saw this one, The Bone Library. It's a poetry collection written by Jenny Fagan, and I am really getting into poetry. Really getting into it. I read Amanda Lovelace last year and the year before, and absolutely loved them. Such quick reads, such impactful reads as well though. Huge trigger warnings, but incredible writing and incredible work, and I really loved them. So that then made me want to read more poetry, but finding some that I actually gelled with and actually really enjoyed was really tricky for me. So yeah, it's taken a long time for me to get back into it because I was kind of losing the will to live looking for it, and just not finding ones that were worth my time. So yeah, I'm really excited to dive into this one, because if Hex is anything to go by, then Jenny Fagan sounds like an author that I'm really going to enjoy. The synopsis on the back of this says, these poems are alive with electricity pulsating with a frequency that vibrates throughout. In a journey from there to here, the Bone Library examines and interprets all of human life. Throughout the collection, Jenny Fagan responds to broader themes of identity, of place, of love, and the unloved. Written in the old Dick Vent Bone Library during the author's time as writer-in-residence there, this is a vivid exploration that is honest and searching, and cuts to the very core of what it is to be alive. I mean, come on. Why would you not want to read that? And again, it's only small, so I'm really excited to pick this up. And look at that cover. It's just like, what? So intriguing. Jenny Fagan, here I come. I was very lucky over Christmas to be given some money from family, my family and my boyfriend's family, so thank you very much to them. I treated myself big style to the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. This is book 3, because again, I ordered them all together, and of course they're arriving out of order. So I currently have books 3 and 4 when I've ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although pre-ordered 5 because it's not out yet. But yeah, so of course they're arriving out of order, because why wouldn't they? This is the Waterstones exclusive edition with the beautiful sprayed edges, and it's also signed as well. There we go. I'm really excited about this. A lot of you might be looking at the screen thinking, what are you doing, Victoria, because you're not a romance reader, and this is a fantasy romance. There's no escaping it, it just is. But I'm going to put this down because it's quite heavy. But yeah, I'm just really intrigued by it. I have found a synopsis online of Guild, the first book. The series goes Guild, Glint, Gleam, Glow, and the newest one, number 5, is Gold, which is due to be published in June this year. The Fae abandoned this world to us, and the ones with power rule. Gold. Gold floors, gold walls, gold furniture, gold clothes. In Highbell, in the castle built into the frozen mountains, everything is made of gold. Even me. King Midas rescued me, dug me out of the slums and placed me on a pedestal. I'm called his precious, his favoured. I'm the woman he gold-touched to show everyone that I belong to him, to show how powerful he is. He gave me protection, and I gave him my heart. And even though I don't leave the confines of the palace, I'm safe. Until war comes to the kingdom and a deal is struck. Suddenly my trust is broken. My love is challenged, and I realise that everything I thought I knew about Midas might be wrong. Because these bars I'm kept in, no matter how gilded, are just a cage. But the monsters on the other side might make me wish I'd never left. The myth of King Midas reimagined. This compelling adult fantasy series is as addictive as it is unexpected. With romance, intrigue and danger, the gilded world of Aurea will grip you from the very first page. Please note, this book contains explicit content and darker elements. So there's a bit of a trigger list on here. This is just Goodreads. This is just a synopsis on Goodreads for Guild, the first book in the series. yeah, it's not intended for anyone under 18 years of age. So please do check out the trigger list before you pick this up. But yeah, I'm totally intrigued by this, and I never thought I would be. Plus, the covers are just beautiful of these books, and I've managed to find them all in this vein as well. So they're all going to match when I finally get them all. They will all match. And the majority of them are the Waterstones exclusive editions that are signed as well. So I was very lucky. But they're not new. Although the latest one, Gold, is going to be released this year, this series isn't new. It's been out for a while now. I'm really excited about it, actually. That really surprises me because it's a romance. It does not shy away from the fact that it's a romance, but I'm hoping that the fantasy elements of it kind of scoot over the romance a bit more. I could be completely wrong, and I could get through the first book and think this was a really bad idea. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't. Because these were not cheap books. But hey, it's fine. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. Let's just stay with the positive. I'm gonna love it. So, either way, they're staying on my shelves because they look pretty. So, you know, it's win-win either way. I've got beautiful books on my shelf. Yes, that is the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. Next up, we have The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novik. This is, again, the Waterstones exclusive edition, which is beautiful. Look at those edges. So pretty. And this is book 3 in the Charlemagne series. Still so pretty. The Scholomance, I think it's Scholomance. Yes, the Scholomance series. I completely lost track then. Sorry. The Scholomance series is one that I've really been enjoying. I didn't enjoy Spinning Silver and Uprooted that much from Naomi Novik, but then I heard about this one, this series, and thought that sounds a lot more up my street. And yeah, it's brilliant. I'm really, really enjoying it. The first book is A Deadly Education. The second book is The Last Graduate, and of course the third in the trilogy is The Golden Enclaves. Basically, what it is you are picked to go to this magic school. You learn all about the magic that you possess and all of that kind of thing. But the school holds very, very dark secrets and monsters, basically. And the thing is about this school is you might be asked to go in, but only so many of you come out. So it's just thrilling. I absolutely loved The Deadly Education. It was one of my best reads, I think, of 2019, I want to say. I just really loved it. Really loved it. So then when I could get my hands on The Golden Enclaves to finish off this trilogy, I was absolutely chuffed to bits. And who wouldn't be to have such a beautiful book in their library anyway? But I'm really excited to finish this off. I may even reread the other two before I pick this one up. Either way, I'm really excited to now have this. The Empire by Michael Ball. And yes, we are talking about Michael Ball, the singer Michael Ball. This one was one that I heard Michael talking about in an interview. And here we are. I've got it in my hand and I will read it. Let me show you the synopsis. Welcome to the Empire Theatre, 1922. When Jack Treadwell arrives at the Empire in the middle of a rehearsal, he is instantly mesmerised. But amid the glitz and glamour, he soon learns that the true magic of theatre lies in its cast of characters, both on stage and behind the scenes. There's stunning starlet Stella Stanmore, Hollywood heartthrob Lancelot Drake, and Ruby Roundtree, who keeps the music playing, while Lady Lillian Lassiter, theatre owner and former showgirl, is determined to take a bigger role. And then there's kind, capable Grace Hawkins, without whom the show would never go on. Could she be the leading lady Jack is looking for? When long-held rivalries threaten the Empire's future, tensions rise along with the curtain. There is treachery at the heart of the company and a shocking secret waiting in the wings. Can Jack discover the truth before it's too late, and the theatre they all love is forced to close its doors forever? Musical theatre legend Michael Ball brings his trademark warmth, wit and glamour to this, his debut novel. Enjoy the show. So, I think this is probably going to be one of those books where all the tropes that I find insufferable are going to be, like, seeping from the pages. You've got alliterated names to start off with. That's already annoying me. Stella Stanmore, Ruby Roundtree, Lady Lillian Lassiter. What? Could you not be any more imaginative, Michael? But hey, end pages look so pretty. Book has a beautiful cover, and the story kind of inside all of that sounds really intriguing. I mean, the fact that this is set in a theatre as well is what really pulled me in, to be honest, because I have a theatre background. I studied drama and theatre through GCSE, A-level and into university as well, so my life is steeped in theatre. So yeah, I am actually quite excited to read this. There probably will be a lot of pet peeves going on in these pages, but I'm going to give it a go anyway, because there is a lot more that intrigues me than there is that seems to be annoying. So we'll see how I get on. It may be one of those that I read and on haul straight away, I don't know, but it'll be fun to find out. Godmission Park by Jill Hornby. Now, I read Miss Austen by Jill Hornby, which was surrounded mostly by Cassandra Austen, the older sister of course, Jane Austen. You all know how much I love Jane Austen. If you don't, where have you been? I am a huge Jane Austen fan. And that sounded as if it was going to be perfect for me, that book. It is a bestseller, but for me, it fell short. It fell short in a lot of ways for me. And I was really, really disappointed. Really disappointed. I wanted to love it, but I just didn't. I am determined to give Jill Hornby another go, because you can't be a best-selling author for nothing. So I know my opinion probably is a drop in the ocean, but I just want to give her another chance, really, because it's not very often you find like the Regency era being written about anymore. I mean, I know since like Bridgerton came out and all of that kind of stuff that it's being pulled back into attention again, hence probably why these are doing so well. So I'm loving that, and I want to find a Regency era novel that speaks to me and that really, really pulls me in and I enjoy. And I reread Jane Austen every year. Pride and Prejudice most specifically, because that's my favourite book, as you know. But I'm tending to read a lot more Austen throughout the year as well. But I don't just want to be stuck to Jane Austen for Regency era stories, is what I'm trying to say. So I want Jill Hornby to be an author where she writes something, it's in the Regency era, so I pick it up and read it and enjoy it. I didn't find that with Miss Austen, which really disappointed me, but Godmersham Park, you better hold up, okay? You just better. Please. So, based on a true story, a wonderfully and original and emotionally complex novel set in 1804 following Governess Anne Sharp and her friendship with Henry and Jane Austen. So, the Austens are in here again. So please, please, please let this be better. This is talking about Jane and Henry Austen, as well as obviously Anne Sharp. I am desperate for this to be good. Please, please, okay, please. Now, on to one that even I was intrigued that I bought, to be honest. Look at those edges to start with. Amazing. Ta-Nehisi Coates' The Water Dancer. I hadn't seen this anywhere. The first I've heard of it was when I was scrolling through Waterstones, and this came up because it was an exclusive edition. You know how easy it is for me to fall for a Waterstones exclusive edition. No matter what it is, I can fall for it. I want to make 2023 a year where I push the boundaries of my reading likes and dislikes. I push myself to read out of my comfort zone, and this sounded intriguing enough to be a part of that. So I'll read you the synopsis and you can judge for yourself. From the National Book Award winning author of Between the Worlds and Me, a boldly conjured debut novel about a magical gift, a devastating loss, and an underground war for freedom from slavery. Young Hareem Walker was born into bondage on a Virginian plantation. When his mother was sold away, Hareem was robbed of all memory of her, but was gifted with a mysterious power. Years later, when Hareem almost drowns in a river, the same power saves his life. This brush with death births an urgency in Hareem and a daring scheme to escape from the only home he's ever known. So begins the unexpected journey that takes Hareem from the corrupt grandeur of Virginia's proud plantations to desperate guerrilla cells in the wilderness, from the coffin of the Deep South to dangerously idealistic movements in the North. Even as he's enlisted in underground war between slavers and the enslaved, Hareem's resolve to rescue the family he left behind endures. This is a dramatic story of an atrocity inflicted on generations of women, men, and children, the violent and capricious separation of families, and the war they waged to simply make lives with the people they loved. Written by one of today's most exciting authors, The Water Dancer is a propulsive, transcendent work that restores the humanity of those from whom everything was stolen. So, yeah, I'm really intrigued by this because it's giving me huge 12 Years a Slave vibes. And I really enjoyed that film. I've really, really liked that film. So I want to delve into this knowing that, and that's all. Yeah, I'm actually really excited about this. And look, Those coffee beans on the edge are just brilliant. I can't wait. It's going to be great. Really excited. Last of the hardbacks is Madly Deeply, the Alan Rickman Diaries. And this edition has been forwarded by Emma Thompson. I am a huge Harry Potter fan. You know this. I reread the entire series every year. And I love it. And this man had a huge contribution into how much I love the films. This man was taken from us far too soon. I was absolutely devastated when I heard about Alan Rickman passing away. It hit me really hard. There are so many iconic films with this man fronts it, and well, a lot of them are iconic and he doesn't front it, but you know who he is and who he plays in every single one of his films. You just know, because he's that kind of an actor, or was that kind of an actor. And it's just, I'm so sad that he's no longer with us, because he had so much to give to the film industry, and he gave his life to it, and you knew that with every role that he played. He gave everything he could to every role, and he was just a marvel. And it really, really saddens me that he's now gone. So to delve into the man behind the actor a little bit more, I had to do it. And the tiny bit of information on the back of it tells you everything you need to know about why I wanted to read it. 4th of February 2008. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Day 1. Thank God I could do the coat up without visible strain on the seams. You've got to read it to find out what the heck he's talking about. You just want to. I mean, look at the end papers, for goodness sake. Diary entries. Look at it. That's the end papers. How can you not want to read that? I love this man so much. Alan Rickman remains one of the most beloved actors of all time across almost every genre. From his breakout role as Die Hard's villainous Hans Gruber to his heart-wrenching run as Professor Severus Snape and beyond. His air of dignity, his sonorous voice, and the knowing wit he brought to each role continue to captivate new audiences today. Rickman's artistry wasn't confined to just his performances. Rickman's writing details the extraordinary and the ordinary in a way that is anecdotal, indiscreet, witty, gossipy, and utterly candid. He takes us behind the scenes on films and plays ranging from Sense and Sensibility, the Harry Potter series, Private Lives, My Name is Rachel Corrie, and many more. The diaries run from 1993 to his death in 2016 and offer insight into both a public and private life. Here is Rickman, the consummate professional actor, but also the friend, the traveller, the fan, the director, the enthusiast, in short, the real Alan Rickman. Here is a life fully lived, all detailed in intimate and characteristically plain-spoken prose. Reading the diaries is like listening to Rickman chatting to a close friend. Madly Deeply also includes a foreword by Emma Thompson, an afterword by Alan's widow, Rima Horton, and a selection of Rickman's early diaries dating from 1974 to 1982, when his acting life began. It pulls at my heart already, and that's just the bloody synopsis. I'm gonna need tissues for this. I really am. Oh my god. Just read the last line of Emma Thompson's foreword. Alan was the ultimate ally in life, art, and politics. I trusted him absolutely. He was, above all things, a rare and unique human being, and we shall not see his like again. Man, I'm gonna need some tissues to read this thing. Ugh, and I need to do it soon. Wow. Ugh. Please, pick up this book. If you're a Harry Potter fan, if you're a die-hard fan, if you just want to know about one of the most incredible people ever to grace this earth, then pick up this book. Right, paperbacks. First up, the Octonumi. I have absolutely no clue what this is. I've wanted to get my hands on this since it was published. I didn't find out about it till quite late on, I have to admit. But I needed to get my hands on it because look at it. It's intriguing just by the look of the front cover, for goodness sake. I mean, the writing on the back, there's like 3 lines and it says, "For our tomorrows are made of our yesterdays." What? And then it comes with a flipping dictionary. And like, you read this, I don't know if you can even call it a synopsis, but I'll read it anyway. The Octonumi does not exist. Phosphit and any files relating to a phosphit do not exist. The Tarellan peoples that protect and provide sanctuary for the Avatans of Fethrist are not real. The abilities of the Tarellan peoples, with their highlighted skills, living in their utopian world, are myth. Their purpose here, mere tales. Rumours of their reincarnation, enabling them to live many lives. Ridiculous. And there is definitely no magic. None at all. No, really there isn't. Magic is not a thing. There are also no hidden words or mythical beings coexisting just out of sight. Equally, there are no secret access points to these hidden worlds that don't exist, and there is no unfinished business from the past that is set to destroy, well, anything. Anyway, regardless of any potential threat that may or may not be present, this publication, the Octonumi, and any reference to any other beings is a work of fiction. And for the record, Scoriodints. Oh my god, that's such a stupid word. What? Scoriodints? No idea, sorry. Should they exist, are perfectly lovely beings whose purpose in life is grossly misunderstood. See, it makes no sense whatsoever. But I want to read it. Octonumi, an ongoing entity, existence, series, or whole that lasts, endures, maintains, and retains, whether it's an establishment, course, or action. The Octonumi, offering protection. This is just a prologue. can't see that, can you? Just a prologue. And it's like hefty. That's not a bookmark, that's the dictionary in there, by the way. I've not started reading this yet. I want to, like, sharpish, but I haven't yet. But yeah, total nonsense, but I want to read it. This was published in 2019, and as far as I know, there's not been anything else yet. A part of this. This is the prologue, apparently. So there has to be more to come, surely. But I've not heard anything. And it's now 2023. I will double check on that, and if there is any more information, I'll put it in the description box below. But I've not heard anything yet. But we'll see how this goes first. Maybe this is all you need. I don't know. But we'll see. And look at the pages, man. It's just a beautiful book. Oops, all the things I've kept in there are like falling out now. Look at the pages. So pretty. It's just a beautiful book, which is one of the reasons why I wanted it. It sounds like complete and utter nonsense, but I want to read it all the same. So, be up to new me. Really intrigued. I'm going to talk about the graphic novel series that I bought. Skyward by Jeremy Dale. This is volume 3 because it's the first one that arrived. Of course it did. It's tiny and it's colourful. So I'm excited. I have found a synopsis that I can read for you to tell you a bit about it, because I can't read the back of that because that tells you about this one. So spoilers, not going to happen. It all begins here as young Quinn and his dog Jack face off against a threat more terrible and a world more fantastic than they ever imagined. Don't miss out on the book that Bleeding Cool calls an all-ages comic that's beginning to soar. I'm very excited about this because these are tiny and they're going to be really quick reads, nice little palette cleansers between some of the bigger ones that I've got planned for this year. And yeah, it just looks really cool. I'm presuming that's like Jack and his dog on the front there. Really annoying that I haven't got volume 1 to show you physically. Anyway, I can put a picture of it up here, but it's not quite the same thing. But yeah, so Skyward by Jeremy Dale, I have that too, which is really cool. And then I'm jumping in to some of the epic fantasy I keep talking about. I have fallen into the trap of The Wheel of Time. I've only got the first book because I refuse to buy a 15-book series if I don't like it. I don't want to clutter my shelves with 15 books if I don't like the first one. So I've only bought the first one, which is out of character for me, because if I find a series that intrigues me, I usually buy the whole lot, and then whether I like it or not, it stays on my shelf for a year. But no, I'm changing my ways, people. You heard it here. It's in a video. It's proof. 2023, I am changing my ways. I am starting by buying one book in a series to read to find out if I like it before I buy the rest. Okay, it's gonna happen from now on. I'm buying the first book in the series. If I don't like it, I'm not buying the rest. So there you go. This is proof. You can hold me accountable. Okay, if I start doing it again, buying complete series without even reading the first book, you have my permission to come down on me like a ton of bricks. Alright? You do. This is The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. book one, the Eye of the World. Yeah, I keep wanting to say Eye of the World, but it's not. It's the Eye of the World. You probably know what the Wheel of Time is all about by now. But if not, I'm going to read the synopsis anyway. Discover the first novel in one of the most influential fantasy series of all time, now also a major TV series, which I've also started to watch and is epic. When their village is attacked by terrifying creatures, Rand al'Thor and his friends are forced to flee for their lives. An ancient evil is stirring, and its servants are scouring the land for the dragon reborn, the prophesied hero who can deliver the world from darkness. In this age of myth and legend, the wheel of time turns. What was, what may be, and what is may yet fall under the shadow. The Wheel of Time has enthralled millions of readers worldwide. Now complete, this international #1 best-selling series is one of the greatest fantasy epics ever written. Bold claims. But you cannot deny the success of this series. There are so many reviews of The Wheel of Time on BookTube. You can't escape it. You know, you only have to type in VW on YouTube and The Wheel of Time comes up. So that's how popular it is. And yes, I've fallen victim to it. I've jumped on the bandwagon, and as you can see from my bookmark, I have made a start in this. As I say, I've started to watch the TV show as well. I started to watch that before I bought this because I thought, if I don't like the TV series, I don't want to read the books. Normally, I'm the other way around. I will read the books and then watch any sort of adaptation of anything. But I did the opposite with this because I knew how intimidating and how just huge these books are. I mean, look at it. It's chunky. And that's just book one. Imagine how huge this is going to be on my shelf. If I like this, I am going to have to do some serious unhauling to make room for this if I like it. And some serious saving as well, because they're not cheap. Like $9.99 a book. That tells you all you need to know. As you all know, I love to combine audio and physical reading. I am definitely doing that with this. As you can see, I've already started it. And it's helping massively. The words on the page somehow come alive for me when I combine it with an audio, as long as it's unabridged, of course. So yeah, this one is no different, and neither are gonna be a fair few of these actually, because you know me by now. If I can, I will. So that's just the way I read. And it also means that I can carry on reading if I cannot physically take the book with me. I can keep my experience going if I have an audiobook as well. So my reading will continue no matter what happens, which I adore. So yeah, The Wheel of Time. Heavy expectations, but I have no doubt that it will probably hold up. More than likely hold up, actually. And to top it off as well, the audio that I've got is read by Rosamund Pike, who is one of the main characters in the TV show. So incredible crossover there as well. And she's doing an amazing job of reading it actually as well. Really, really surprised. I don't normally like female narrators, but she's doing a great job. Really enjoying it. I'm only a tiny ways in at the moment, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm really glad that I decided to dive into this because I'm excited to join the hype behind it. So yeah, bring on the rest of the Wheel of Time. Now on to another chunky fantasy, The Priory of the Orange Tree. And yes, I am reading this one as well. So I have already read this, so this is a reread for me, but I didn't have a physical copy of it when I read it last year. I read it and loved it and gave it 4 stars. So I am rereading it, and I'm under no illusion that it will probably come out the same. I highly doubt it will come out any lower than it is already. Just because I'm physically reading it as well, I'm hoping to enhance the knowledge that I have of it already. So yeah, Priory is just epic, but it's incredible along with it. So don't be intimidated by the size of this thing, because the story really, really does hold up to the size of the book, and you will not be disappointed, I promise you. This is a fantastic book. And now with the prequel coming out shortly, I'll leave a picture of that up here. I wanted to reread this so that when that comes out, I can dive into it and know where I should be, basically. Because it being a prequel, I needed to refresh my mind on the happenings in here to really understand what will be going on before the happenings of this. So yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic to now have a physical copy of this as well. Yes, it is paperback because I couldn't afford a hardback copy because they're expensive. This was expensive enough. But yes, I am again overjoyed to be back in this world because I love it. I have a little mini collection of manga building up here. I fell into this entirely because of JD Rereads, Steph Loves, and How to Train Your Dragon. It's their fault, 100%. I'm never, ever gonna deny it. They're reading it, they're loving it. I wanted to too. So I've got a nice little collection here. You will see these again in another video because I'm going to vlog my experience of manga for the first time. So you will see me read each one of these in that video. To go into a little bit more detail, A Silent Voice by Yoshitoki Amiya. Or Amiya. This one Steph read in one of her recent vlogs, and I really, really want to get into reading some more disability rep, and this fell in quite nicely. It's not very long for a manga, actually, and I've always been quite intimidated by manga as a whole, as a genre or way of reading, because it's backwards. Plain and simple. The fact that you have to read it backwards frightened me. Or still does to a point. Because my brain just... I thought that my brain wouldn't be able to handle it, but I've decided to bite the bullet and just go for it. The fact that I'm not going right to left really frightens me. My brain is really struggling with it right now, and I haven't even opened the book yet. So God knows how I'm going to get on, but you will see every minute of that experience. Well, not every minute of it, but you will see a fair chunk of my experience with these in that vlog. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't know if I'm not going to like it. I don't know if I'm just going to push through it anyway for the sake of the vlog. I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm excited but apprehensive at the same time. So we'll see what happens. But this is A Silent Voice, and Shoya is a bully. When Shoko, a girl who can't hear, enters his elementary school class, she becomes his favourite target. and Shoya and his friends goad each other into devising new tortures for her. But the children's cruelty goes too far. Shoko is forced to leave the school, and Shoya ends up shouldering all the blame. 6 years later, the two meet again. Can Shoya make up for his past mistakes, or is it too late? So, I know there are going to be huge triggers in here for bullying for me, because I've been through my fair share of that. So there are probably going to be moments where I want to chuck this through the window, but I won't. Well, I say that now, I might. I don't know. But yes, this is a 7-book or 7-volume manga. As far as I'm aware, it's complete as 7 volumes. I don't have all 7 volumes yet. I've just bought this one. But if I like this, I will complete the collection so that I can read the entire thing. So yeah, I think it might be a little bit of a struggle to begin with because of the triggers, but we'll see how I get on. I'm gonna pick this one up first, I think, in the vlog, because out of the 3 that I've got here, this is probably going to be the most tricky to read, purely because of the triggers. So if I get that out of the way first, I can then put it aside and clear my mind for the next lot. So yeah, I'm intrigued, excited, but also apprehensive, so we'll see how it goes. This is A Silent Voice. Dark Butler, Volume 1 by Yana Toboso. Now this one just sounds like a hoot. Very dark for me, but a hoot nonetheless. Just a stone's throw from London lies the manor house of the illustrious Phantom Hive earldom and its master, one Seal Phantom Hive. Earl of Phantom Hive is a giant in the world of commerce, Queen Victoria's faithful servant, and a slip of a 12-year-old boy. Fortunately, his loyal butler Sebastian is ever at his side, ready to carry out the young master's wishes. And whether Sebastian is called to save a dinner party gone awry or probe the dark secrets of London's underbelly, there apparently is nothing Sebastian cannot do. In fact, one might even say Sebastian is too good to be true, or at least too good to be human. See? Only in manga would you get such a random idea. You tried to focus on that in a novel, and I don't think it'll work. But in manga, I'm really intrigued. It sounds like he might be a demon butler, so great fun. I can't wait. Fruits Basket. This one looks cutesy. It looks wholesome. Again, I've seen a lot of it on BookTube. When you type in manga on BookTube or YouTube, Fruits Basket is one of the ones that comes up if you're a beginner with manga as a whole, and I am, obviously. So let's just see what this one's about. After a family tragedy turns her life upside down, plucky high schooler Toru Honda takes matters into her own hands and moves out into a tent. Unfortunately for her, she pitches her new home on private land belonging to the mysterious Soma clan, and it isn't long before the owners discover her secret. But as Toru quickly finds out, when the family offers to take her in, the Somas have a secret of their own. When embraced by the opposite sex, they turn into the animals of the Chinese zodiac. A perennial favourite of fans and librarians alike, Natsuki Takeya's beloved best-selling Fruit Basket series returns to print in deluxe omnibus editions with beautiful full-colour illustrations that are not to be missed. So this is the collector's edition number 1, which I believe is a bind-up of a couple of volumes. I'm not sure yet how many. This one sounds really cute as well. Secrets and turning into animals of the Chinese zodiac. Why not? So I think it might be like 3 volumes, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't really matter because I'll just collect the others if I want to. So if I like it, it's hefty because it's a collector's edition, but if I like it, then I will pick up the other collector's editions as well. And Natsuki Takiya is also the author of Lisa Lotto Witches and the Witch's Forest and Twinkle Stars. So maybe that's another avenue I could go down if I like this one. Who knows? But what I really like about some of the manga is that if you pick it up and start reading it the wrong way, this one, where is it? Start reading it the wrong way, it tells you you're reading it the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Manga is a completely different type of reading experience. To start at the beginning, go to the end. That's right, authentic manga is read the traditional Japanese way, from right to left. Exactly the opposite of how American and English books are read. It's easy to follow. Just go to the other end of the book and read each page and each panel from right side to left side, starting at the top right. Now you're experiencing manga as it was meant to be. So it tells you how to read it. Not that you really could kind of do that because you'd know that that was the back of the book because it's got the blurb on it and that's the front cover. So you would kind of know anyway, logically, I think. But I suppose if you're completely new to it, then it's a nice thing that it stops you before you read the last page of the book, really, thinking it was the first. So, yeah. A Silent Voice, Black Butler, and Fruits Basket will be my first experience of manga, and I'm very excited, but also very apprehensive. So we'll see how that goes. Tune in for the vlog that will be coming pretty soon. That's pretty much it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me because it has been a chunky video to start out with for 2023, but I was really excited about all of these books and just felt that I had to share that with you. And being as though I was in the right frame of mind to share that with you, I had to pounce on it. So yeah, Happy New Year, and here's to 2023 being a more successful year for my channel. Lots of content, lots of exciting things, and lots of videos. So yeah, thank you very much for watching as always. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked what you see. Head over to all of my other socials if you want to find out more about me, and chat to me down below if you've read any of these books in this haul and think I should prioritize any over others. I would really be intrigued to know that, and let me know what you think of them as a whole. If you've read them and didn't like them, also tell me, because I would like to know that too. I'm not just about the positive, I do like to hear negative so that I can make my own mind up. So please, please, please do chat to me down below about any or all of the books you've seen in this haul. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.